what you've been through, and I wanna thank you for all that you've done. And I'm really proud to say that I'm your son. Hello there. Hello there. Yeah. Now when things started, it was very different. You tried to teach me things, but I didn't listen. And this is coming from my heart. So many memories, I don't know where to start. Through all the fuss and fighting, you show me that you love me every day. Just know I appreciate it, and I just wanna say hello there. I'm really proud to say that I'm a son. Hello there. I'm really proud to say that I'm your son. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. You show me that you love me every day. Just know I appreciate it, and I just wanna say hello there. I'm really proud to say that I'm your son. Hello there. I'm really proud to say that I'm your son. Hello there, yeah. I'm really proud to say that I'm your son. Hello there. I'm really proud to say that I'm your son. Hello, son. Yeah, Dad.
I'm really proud to say that you're my son.
Thanks, Dad. I love you.
I love you too, son.
Sir.
All right.
Hey. Hello, 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 hello there, and Happy New Year again. Welcome back to International Fathers, where I'm your host and your creator, Nelson R. Moody Sr. You know, I normally recap my last shows. The last time we came in was January the 1st, which was 2019. I had my daughter on with me. They were still out of school. I'm glad they're back in school. They was out of school for almost 3 weeks. People down here in Georgia, especially the county where they go to school, Clayton County, probably all over the world in that spot. They're out of school for 3 weeks almost. When I first came down here, I came down here in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
My first Thanksgiving, school got out for a whole week. I said, why they get out of school for a whole week? It take a week to cook. A week to cook?
Yeah, well, they don't cook down here. That's a strange thing for them. That's why you see so many restaurants.
Oh.
Yeah, cooking is not.
Oh.
No, that's a chore. That's a chore
for them.
for them. Absolutely, they can cook now.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, but they got
shows.
to. Yeah, I almost forgot. They got to warm up to it.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. Because back home, we just cooked probably that Wednesday night.
right,
Thursday we eating.
right.
I cook Thursday morning.
There you go.
Because I ain't got time to be doing all that stuff like that and have food out still cold. But anyway.
We barbecue now.
Anyway. Right, and drop the turkey inside.
That's right.
Right. Anyway, dads, fathers out there, 2019, if you had the opportunity to visit and see and be a part of your child's life and you didn't do that, I need to know why. Your children need you, they want you, they adore you, and they love you. And the impact that you put on your child or children today will last them a totally and completely lifetime into the next millennium. Y'all know I'm old. Y'all know I'm 1,000 years old. So, you know, my mind gets to wondering and all the good stuff like that. I got a nice, amazing guest. This is my first guest of 2019. So that's a real big...
I feel special.
You are special, sir.
Not the yellow bus special, but I mean, I feel special being on the show.
Hello. Woo, jingle bells.
So
y'all people do the yellow bus. Don't get... No,
right.
Don't get too offended or sensitive. It was only
the
a
short
joke.
one, the short one, not the long one.
See,
there's a difference.
I always short bus.
Oh, no.
I'm only 5'3".
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay.
All right. My bad.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
It's a really big show. I'm just saying this.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we might as well just end it now, man.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Okay.
I just want to give a shout out
Because I'm too short for long conversation.
You didn't do that, did you? Okay.
I had to.
Okay. Here we go.
Well, good day. We're back to normal now. Thank you for tuning in, Mike. Roland John, thank you, sir. Alexandra and Moody, thank you also, sweetie. International Fathers, a talk show like no other. My guest for today is born in Gary, Indiana. You people out there in Gary, Indiana, I want you to reach out and give us a call here at 470-251-4343. He now resides in Locust Grove. Mr. Anthony Wilson, I don't know if you know him, but he also lives in Locust Grove. All right, no, his church is in Locust Grove. He was a guest of mine last year. Anthony Wilson, if you're out there, I want you to give us a call here, and maybe you and Paul Posey can also do some connecting.
Absolutely.
Well, I gave away your name.
I know.
Anyway.
I was going to save it, but it's okay.
I was going to save it, yes. Man, he is on a mission to battle family dysfunction and bring about unity to broken families. He also believes that one of the many factors that feed into family dysfunction is the single-parent family. And often from two people who barely know each other and splitting up after a child is born. He also feels and thinks that we must consciously change the way we develop a better mate choosing process. I totally agree with that.
Absolutely.
Come back to that. I agree with that right there.
Okay.
He had been a boyfriend, a husband, a single husband, and a transition man into his life who have learned more than his share of life's lessons. A little bit more about him.
Yeah.
He has authored, check this out, y'all. He has authored 12 books.
Yeah.
12 books between October 2016 and May 2017. Brother, when did you sleep? Hold that answer.
Okay. Yeah, I got an answer.
12 books, 2016 of October to May 2017. 12 books. His books are I Am My Own Dad, Unloved, When You Wake Up, Batteries and Suckers.
That's a great book.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, but we're going to have a chance to talk about
Okay.
The Living Solution, The Art of Search, volumes 1 through 6, and Be Undumpable.
Absolutely.
He's also associated with the Atlanta VA Medical Center, the Salvation Army, DHS Fatherhood Program, Singles Group in McDonough, Georgia. He also co-hosted a radio talk show and he's interviewed on 9 shows. The last thing I'm going to talk about him is he was, and I'm not going to hold it against him. I will not hold it against him. He's prior service. He spent 23 years in the Marine Corps.
There should be like some music behind that.
What kind of music?
Marine Corps hymn. I mean, 23 years, you know. So
it's a feat, but I mean, I'm not going to hold the Marine Corps.
23 years of Marine Corps is like 45 years in the Army. So let's go on with the show.
My Marine Corps friends, I'm going to let y'all have y'all show today.
Right.
I'm not going to say much about it.
Okay.
I'm going to introduce to some and present to others. Paul Posey. How you doing, sir? Thanks for coming on the show today.
Outstanding, Nelson, and thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure, sir.
You know, I tell you, when I thought about getting the show, I did not know how many people were in the same lane to the understanding of how much we need this. And to see you out there doing what you're doing, and I've ran into a couple of other dads, this is what we should be doing.
Right.
This is what we're going to have to do probably for the next 2 generations to make sure we're on point. We got to treat it like that. There's steps to it, and one is to realize exactly where we're at. Beyond the idea of not knowing our history that people like to bring to us all the time, but knowing our history and our family so we can make some changes for tomorrow.
You say for the next 2 generations.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm a fatherless child myself. But I broke my curse.
Yes.
Being a dad, father to my children.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's been over. By the time my youngest child, which is 15 years old, by the time he gets to be 18 years old, it'll be 40 years I've been fathering.
Yes.
So, with that said, you're talking about 2 generations, and generation is 20 years. For y'all who don't know that.
Yes. So we're talking about our grandkids.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Or great-grand.
Well, yeah, my youngest is a year.
Okay.
It's a year, just under a year old.
Okay.
So in about 30 years.
Okay. So that's a lot of work to be done.
Absolutely. Because being fatherless, it kind of means that you have nothing to work with, and you have to create it.
Exactly.
You know, just like, you know, it takes a while for you to understand what your role is as dad. And we're just going through the motions to do that now. So we're gathering up those dad things so we can hand it down to our sons. So when they have kids, it won't be like, they'll be loved already.
Okay.
And they'll have some ground basis of what a dad is by the time they get ready to have their kids. That's why I said 2 generations. That's why I'm looking at my grandsons are the most important thing, is because they need to have all this and all what I give my daughters and my sons. So it's a norm for them.
Okay.
See, this is not a norm for us. Our norm is just following the cycle.
Right.
So if we're going to be cycle breakers, we're going to have to be able to give them something to look forward to, because our norm was chaos. We don't want their norm to be chaos.
No.
We want their norm to be achieving. We want their norm to be love. We want their norm to be leaders within their homes and to be dads. So the only way we're going to do that is we do it now. So
2 generations.
2 generations. That's the plan.
I never looked at it like that.
Yeah.
The only thing I looked at it is just breaking my curse and keep going. Keep being father to my children.
Right.
Like I said, my youngest son's 15. So it would go off to him.
Right.
Not just to him, but to his peers.
Right.
Because he has some peers.
Right. That surrounded him.
Who are fatherless.
Right.
Both guys and girls.
Yes.
So with him having one, and they can see this, what I'm telling him, he can more or less get it off of him. I mean, he calls himself the Flash sometimes.
Right.
So he can hit everybody and just give them some information, input on how it feels to have a father in their life, and maybe they can change their ways and channel everything this way.
Right. Absolutely. And that goes right to the book, I Am My Own Dad. Because at some point I had to realize who I was to my kids. And without those things, I had to start gathering them. So now my kids talk about me. When you're a bad parent, they talk about you.
You're right.
But when you're a good parent, they talk about you also. And your isms are what they spread. You know, just like what my grandfather used to say. Things like that. What my dad used to say. If they never had that person to get those words of wisdom, they can't spread them. So that's what you're doing. And now you're going to say, this is how your life's going to be. Like when my son told me that one of his greatest feelings was being my son. because he turned out more so like me. And obviously he likes me because he didn't do any drastic changes of who he has become.
Okay.
But when he gave me that conversation and he says, you know, Dad, I'm happy. And I asked him how he felt about it. And he says, awesome being your son. I said, that's a feeling I'll never know of being a son, of being a loved son. So all I can do once you break the cycle is just be the dad.
Now, how old was he when you told you this?
Maybe 3 years ago.
How old was he?
He's 24. He's 21 now.
So he was 21 when he told you that.
Yes.
Now, what you just said is I'm a firm believer. I've written it in my books. I've written on my Facebook posts that your children will determine how good you were.
Absolutely. Your report card. Absolutely. Bam. Right there. You know, I think we get our hair done at the same place. I think we're in tune. I think we're in tune. I think we're in tune. Absolutely.
Because you have some parents who will go around like this.
Yeah.
And march and strut their stuff. And
Yes.
say, I'm a good this, I'm a good that. No, I'm a firm believer your child determines what kind of parent you was.
Absolutely.
And you just now say that about your son when he said that to you. How did that make you feel?
I cried a little bit. Every time I talk to my son, the relationship between me and my son and understanding that I'm doing dad stuff now and it's positively affecting his life,
Okay.
it makes me feel really good. You know, it makes me feel awesome. The only part that hurt was the fact that I can't feel exactly how he feels looking up and loving up.
Okay.
Because he can only love up to me. I can't love up to anybody.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So, but that made me feel like I'm in my right spot. Because when you're not in your right spot, you make a lot of excuses. There's reasons and there's excuses.
And
I'm just saying.
I wrote that down to you. A
Did you?
reason. That's in my book.
Right. Where's your book at? How come your book is not on the table?
This is all about you today, sir.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. All right. Did you bring me a book?
This is all about you.
Did you bring me a book?
You can get one.
Okay. I brought you 2 books.
Okay.
I see this relationship, how this relationship is going to go, Nelson.
This is all about you.
Okay.
This is all about Paul Posey.
Okay. Well, thank you.
International Fathers.
Absolutely.
Reasons I tell people are justified. Excuse you can't justify.
Right.
If anybody out there want to debate that, give me a call. 470-251-4343. We both going to debate it.
Right. That's right. There's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a
And
difference.
a lot of people just don't know that. Let's go back a little bit. Whereas though, did you have a dad in your life?
Not exactly.
Okay.
My mom, there was 5 of us, and I was the only one that was not connected to their dad out of the 5 children. And I finally met him at age 27 after my mother told me he was dead.
Maybe you choose some of the same dirt.
Absolutely. Yeah, so my wife at the time goes up to a gas station / dealership, and she talks to a man about buying a car. She was actually talking to my dad. And that's how the connection came. And I got a chance to meet him about a week later.
And then he died.
He died in 2007. That was in 97, I think that was in 97, and he died in 2007. But I didn't go back. Our relationship ended a couple of days later. But that's another topic for another day.
Man,
but, you know,
you must have been in Baltimore on Chase Street.
What's your daddy name? What's your daddy name?
Robert Dingle.
No, that's not my daddy. That's not my daddy. No, that's not my daddy.
Their pop was a Rolling Stone.
Yeah. Mine was a mountain, I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, what'd you say?
I don't know.
Oh man, no, but yeah.
Are we close in age?
Huh?
Don't tell that out.
Oh, what'd you say?
We, I don't know. I got to do some research.
Okay.
Okay, we should take a Dana test. I mean, a DNA.
A Dana.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the story, and I had to move forward.
Okay.
At that instant, I kind of knew that I am the beginning and the end for my children, and what you allow in their life, you're responsible for. And you may not find that out until they're adults, how the connections via you panned out for them. You were looking at what's happening with R. Kelly and things like that. When you introduce your children to people, another lane of family or another relative, and you start having to spend time with, you don't know what the relationship is like.
Right.
And sometimes you don't find out till later. So my greatest fear when I met my dad, because when I met him, he was smoking weed the day I introduced him to my kids. And I just looked like, hey,
wow,
this is not going to happen. This is the end of it, because I know there may be something else going on over there that my girls wouldn't be able to tell me until now. As we look and see that people go through things and it manifests through their lives, and it takes a piece of them and keeps them from being at 100% because they have not addressed some old things. I didn't want that. I just didn't want that. So we never went back.
Wow.
That's a command decision. That's what dads do. You have to make a command decision.
Don't care who like it or love it.
Right.
You have to.
Right. Well, certain things, right.
Don't care who like it or love it.
Right. Absolutely.
But you have to protect.
It's your job to make the decision.
Right.
Right. And if you make a bad decision, you make a bad decision. But always side the caution when it comes to your kids. Just side the caution. Because they have a tomorrow. They have the rest of their lives.
They do.
So when you introduce them to something bad, they may not be able to rub that off for 20, 30 years.
You're right.
And those are the parents of tomorrow.
You're right.
So we're talking about molestation and things like that. Look at how many women have been molested in their lives, and we see it in their later relationships. And we see it how they overprotect their child or underprotect their child or lose their way. And when you're talking about what just happened on the news is how his life affected other lives. We're talking about R. Kelly.
Right.
His life affected other lives because of what happened to him. So the only way you can break the cycle is if you pay attention.
Okay. If
you pay attention and do everything you can. It's not a perfect world. People tend to think that, when you say things like what I just said, it's not a perfect world. It is. It doesn't matter. Your job is to protect them at the best of your ability.
Right.
Point blank.
Right.
If the world come and get them, the world come and get them, but not on your watch.
Right.
Yeah, you're responsible. You're responsible.
You are.
Absolutely. You made them.
And that takes me to my next question. Then I want to get back to.
Yeah, my daughter should be calling soon.
I want to get back to her because she was definitely a firecracker, and if she's the firecracker, the other one was a 50 cal.
Oh, you talking about my girls?
Yeah. What you just now said, I looked at this part right here. When your seed means so much, where did you get that from?
I suffer from PTSD.
Okay.
And I spend a lot of time by myself. Okay. And when you start thinking about, who you are, who's in your life, who's not in your life, decisions you made.
Okay.
That's where that came from. Sitting by myself thinking about, why am I changing my life?
Okay.
Because I'm divorced, I'm retired, I'm 100% from the VA, I'm sitting in a house by myself. I don't need nothing. No, I had nothing. I just had material things. I didn't have the love that I created.
Okay.
And I wasn't connected with my kids like I could have been connected with my kids. Now, wanting to be connected with your kids and getting them to reciprocate according to how you've loved them is two different things.
Different things.
Absolutely. So you can't expect them to just be loving you back if you have not loved them enough to understand the reciprocation is a part of a relationship.
It is. Two-way street.
Two-way street. So I had to get in the business of loving them to get the cycle rolling of them loving me, because I was just surviving. I was in survival mode, living by myself. And then I eventually got to the point where I had to start calling them and talking to them. Now, what happens with that is they want to have a conversation about the information that they didn't know about in their younger years.
There's always three sides to a story.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's right.
Y'all keep saying it's two, it's three.
Go ahead. What's those three?
Mine, yours, and the truth.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
If you're doing numbers.
Stories in a family all come from the same house, but a different view from the window. I can't see what they see in the backyard. They can't see what I see in the front yard, and vice versa. So the idea is you have to have conversations to know what they think about what happened. Because you have your own lane, and you're only thinking about what you went through from your angle, and they have theirs.
Right.
And sometimes some pieces missing. And my daughters pointed that out to me that, hey, what about this? And I was like, that's not how it went down.
Okay.
Well, this is what I thought. Well, this is what I thought. So we need to keep talking so we can understand that we did have some missing pieces. So I just didn't want to get down in the particulars of it, but that's how the conversation went. She had one view, I had another.
Okay.
And I had to share my view, and then I had to listen to her view, and then we had to talk about it. Because sometimes we just miss each other in information, and that's all we got. You know, she thought I didn't love her or didn't care for her.
This is the daughter who I assume.
No. That's my other daughter. That was
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the one who's calling in, that's the one I had the conversation
Okay,
with.
got you. Okay, so let's go back some years. Married, divorced. Oh, we got a caller here. Hello.
Yes.
Hello, how you doing?
Fine, you?
I'm wonderful. Who
I know
am I
that
talking
is.
to?
Andre Hawkins,
Renee
formerly
Hawkins.
Posey.
No, Andre Posey
Andre.
Hawkins. She's married now. That's my daughter, Andre.
Oh, this is the daughter. Hello, how are you, dear?
I'm doing fine. One moment.
Okay, one moment.
I'm doing fine.
Can you bring
How
us
are
some
you?
food past the station?
No.
It's four. It's five of us here, and we all hungry.
She's in.
Oh no, I wish I could.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not the one to cook for you though. That would be my sister Niecy. Now, if you need some hair done,
Well, you know what? Your father and I'll be both mirror images because I don't have no hair. So.
Absolutely.
But and anyway, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. You know, just juggling the many hats we wear:
Okay.
mother, wife, and entrepreneur, advisor for some.
Let's talk about your father for just a minute or two.
I'm ready.
Tell me about him. First of all, should he be here on International Fathers?
What? Yes. Yes, he
Girl,
should.
tell me. I'm listening. The whole world is listening to you. We got a satellite up on Mars too.
Okay, so you ready for the real?
I am listening.
My father is tenacious.
Oh.
Tenacious.
That's our word.
Even when he started, and it wasn't, yes, that's our word.
Yeah.
And he wasn't the whole person that you see before you. He never gave up. He didn't know exactly how all the time, but he never gave up.
Okay.
And that example, before we even just get into the growth he has as a person, the example of him never giving up has affected me monumentally. And I'm grateful for that. Then on top of that, he always evolves. He's never settled. He always wants more, and more in so much that a better you is a better me.
Boom.
And honestly, it's so true.
Okay.
It's so true. So I'm grateful for just how he never feels like he has arrived as a father.
Wow.
And he's not perfect, but he's worth it.
Okay.
The push is worth it. So I'm grateful to have him as my father, and I'm grateful to share him with my siblings, and I'm grateful that he's able to share his experiences of growing from pain, but not letting the pain be a motivation.
There you go.
Growing from his pain.
Mm-hmm.
And not letting that stop him for his motivation.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So it's some young ladies out there listening now who don't have that dad in their life, and you have yours in your life. What flavor or essence that you can give them that they may be missing, because them not having their father in their life?
Even if your father is absent, I'm grateful to have mine there. You have to reconcile that. Because me and my dad, we haven't always had the perfect relationship, but we had one, and we had one to work on. And I'm married now, and I'll be married 6 years this coming June, and I couldn't properly have a relationship with my husband because I didn't have the proper relationship with my father. And before I can reconcile the relationship with my husband, work on it, and have that grow, I had to do that with my father. And I'm not saying that your father is there for you to do that, but once you can get to the root of your problem with your father being absent, and then you can let that heal and grow, you can see men differently. And you don't have to look at them as the first relationship that you had, because it affects you. It really does affect you. So you have to find that closure without that person being there, heal, and then see the truth of what a relationship is with a man. And see the man for the truth that he is versus what you desire him to be or what you think you're going to make him once you guys get together. Like, living in honesty is everything, and I'm grateful to live in honesty with the relationship I have with my father, and that in turn has affected me in how I live in honesty with my children and with my husband.
Because of Paul Posey?
Because of Paul Posey, yes.
I ain't mad at you.
I think Javonna is going to call in, and Javonna is my other daughter, and she'll be able to answer the question you asked, what to do when you don't have a dad. She'll be the one to be able to answer that one. Yeah. Love you, Nay.
Love you too, Dad. Be great.
I'm trying.
Now I'm gonna ask you this right here. Do you know who the best dad in the world is?
The best dad in the world?
Yeah.
You talking about the man sitting across from you?
Yeah, you took too long. You took too long.
Yeah, hey, you say, don't sound like you trying to give me a trick question, huh, Nay?
You
think you nickel slick, but I got your penny change.
You supposed to say my dad.
She already know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just wanted you to make sure that you looking at him, as I said, and my dad is the best dad in the world.
You know what?
There you go.
It was nice talking to you. Thank you so much. I ain't mad at you.
You're welcome.
Love you, Nay.
You're welcome. Y'all stay blessed.
Nay, contact Javonna. Make sure she calls in for me, please.
Oh, she tests already.
She's ready? Okay.
So,
Yeah, this is a family affair. I grow because I want them to grow, and they make me grow.
Gotcha.
So sometimes what I say in the book is you have to sacrifice your today for their tomorrow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you too. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Best dad, girl. You paused on that one.
That's okay. Because I taught
there.
my kids, don't jump at it. You just clarify and confirm, right?
I had a guest on my show last year. Actually, hold on. Hello? We may call it. If you want to call, can you call right back?
Okay.
Had a guest on my show some time ago, Kimberly McCants, and she's a man-father advocate, the same as Tracy and Smalls. Both of these women love to see men fathers in their places. Now, Kimberly McCants, she will. Hold on. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, caller. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I am wonderful. Who am I talking to?
This is Alexandria.
Alexandria, can you tell Mr. Paul Posey who was the best dad in the world?
My dad
Thank
is
you.
the best dad in the world.
Thank you. Okay. You have a question for Mr. Paul Posey? That's how your daughter's supposed to kick it
Right.
off.
Trust me, mine's on point. But go ahead.
I'm talking to Mr. Paul Posey. If you've been listening to the conversation, you have anything you want to talk to him or ask him about? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Paul Posey. You want to talk to him or ask him a question?
Yes. Mr. Paul, I like how your daughter has said that you were tenacious, and she described how don't give up and obstacles come your way. And relating to what Mr. Moody said, that action does speak louder than words. I mean, action does speak louder. So I really like that.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I remember your dad telling me you guys' story, and it almost brought a tear to my eye because I believe, just like he believed, you can't give up, and you have to model. You have to model the push forward, and then it becomes your push forward. So I know you guys are going to be greater than your dad because he's great right now. So that's how it's supposed to be in the evolution of family is we need to make you guys greater. And I think it's a blessing when our children see us fall down and get back up.
Yeah.
That's a world of difference, because I've seen a lot of people fall down. They stayed down like grass, but we've gotten up. And I when you told me your story, and I was like, I know exactly what it's like. And I'm surprised we didn't cross paths since you've been here.
Yeah.
But the idea is we're dads and we keep moving forward. My relationships aren't perfect, but I don't give up anymore. I don't close myself off. I don't say I'm not going to talk about it. I take a deep breath and I do what I have to do. Same thing in any step I take in my life. So, congratulations for having a great dad.
Wow, thank you. And congratulations to you, too.
Thank you.
For being the wonderful dad that you are to your children.
Well, thank you. Now, you're a twin, right? You're a twin?
Yes.
And tell your sister I said hello. Is she there, too?
She's somewhere in the house.
Okay.
Another question is, yes, how do you write 12 books in this amount of time? That's a lot.
First, you have to have a lot to say, and then once you learn how to format your book and put it all together, you start flowing. And I had insomnia, and I suffered from PTSD at the same time. So it's kind of like the cobbler and the elf. Anybody know the story? Cobbler and the elf. The guy make the shoemaker and the elf. He would make shoes, and then he would go to bed, and he was so tired. But when he woke up, the elves came in, and they created those shoes. Well, I was the elf, and I was the shoemaker. Around about 9:30, I go in my office, and I just could not sleep. It was no sleep. And I would stay up all night, and I would just do something because I couldn't sleep, and that's where the books came from. Now, the first 5 books was my idea that I am going to write 5 books. I set a goal, and I did it. That was the first 2.5 months. And the rest of it, I just put it all together. So when you have a lot to say, if you can formulate your thoughts, kind of like what your dad chose to do to come on the show, he formulated a plan of action and got you right here to where you want to be. And this is just part of your plan. I already know this is just part of your plan. It's not the end result.
No, sir.
So, and that's what you did when I started writing the books. I want you to go look on Amazon and look up Paul Posey, and I want you to see all that, not just one book. And that's where it came from.
Wow.
Be a force.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. If you want to be a writer?
No, but I was just seeing how you did over that.
Yeah, just tenacity. Tenacity. That was my plan. I'm an overachiever, though. That's what it is in me.
And that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Wow. Y'all homework finished? No, it's
Kinda.
not. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for your caller.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
She's like, oh, okay, Dad.
Right. Bust you out. Well, we got another call. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, how are you?
That's Giovanna.
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful.
I know who that is.
Who is it?
This is Giovanna.
Oh, yeah.
That's my other daughter.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, lovely lady. Hey, so, Giovanna, Nelson had a question ask her the question. 'Cause I believe you'll be the person to be able to answer this question.
Got you. Who's the world's best dad?
Not that question.
The person that's sitting right next to you.
Okay, got you. The question was the
how do you deal with not having a dad?
Got you.
What do you do as a young man?
Got you.
Go ahead. So he's going to ask you a question.
How was it like not having a dad in your life at an early age?
Oh, man.
Took you back too far?
It was kind of tragic. It really was. You begin to look at every male figure in your life. You're looking for guidance. You're looking for that love that only a father can just, can give you.
Okay.
And when I seen that some of the male figures that was in my life wasn't a father figure, I began to get angry with men.
Hey, Mike Johnson, how you doing?
I began to get so angry. But my dad was always in my life, though. He was around.
Mm-hmm.
Paul was around. He was around.
Mm-hmm.
She's not my
And every
biological parent.
time he would come around, I would feel like, you know, we had a connection or whatever.
Okay.
But not having a father, not belonging to someone is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of people. I've seen my sister because Paul is not my dad biologically.
Okay.
He's my oldest sister's father.
Okay.
And so being around my sister and knowing that, you know, she had a father, but I didn't belong to anyone, it made me feel like I wasn't enough. It made me feel like I was really lost. But when he came around, he always treated me like I was his own.
Okay.
So I felt what a daughter was for the time being. But when he was in my life, you know, he was around.
Mm-hmm.
But just knowing the fact that I wasn't his, it hurt me.
So tell him what you did about it. Tell him what you did. This is what you.
Oh, one day we had a conversation. I read his book, and he called me. Mm-hmm. We had a conversation, and the conversation was basically how he felt was how I felt. He saw his siblings having a relationship with their fathers, and he felt left out. And that's how I felt with my oldest sister. When he came around, he still, you know, showed me love. He showed me that, you know, I wasn't any different, but at the same time, it was just a point in fact that I knew that I wasn't his. Is what hurt me. Mm-hmm. So we had a lot in common, and he decided to take on the place of being my father, and we've been very close ever since.
Absolutely. Thick as thieves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You here in Georgia, or you in California, or you Italy somewhere?
I am in Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix. Oh, mm-hmm. I spent 10 days in Phoenix, Arizona back in 2009. The heat is no joke out there.
That's right. So let me share what the significance that is. It was I was astonished to have the conversation, but to wrap all that up is sometimes you have to find somebody who's willing to do the dad stuff, you know,
Absolutely. Instead
of looking for those relationships.
Absolutely.
If they have the dad spirit and the dad mindset and the moving forward and the discipline to do it, you're going to do the dad stuff. You just got to do it. And when she asked me, I think, did I cry? Because I cry all the time now.
Did.
Because she believed enough in me to want to call me her dad. Mm-hmm. And that was enough for me to know, obviously, I must be doing the right thing.
You must be.
I must be doing the right thing. So I give love back to her, just like everybody else.
Wow. Javon, I want to thank you for your call. We had about 3 more minutes, and I want to try to wrap it up and get some more information about your dad, where they can contact him and let him promote himself about the next 2 or 3 minutes.
Good.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Javon.
Love you, Dad.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
Yeah, hang it up.
That's on me.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Back
So-
to Paul Posey. We're gonna, sir. I got about maybe 4 minutes left.
Okay.
You can use about 3 of them to promote yourself. Then I do one thing at the end of my show.
Okay. So if you're looking to catch up with me, find me on Facebook, Paul Posey on Facebook, negative to positive on Instagram. You can find me here on Wednesdays, first and third Wednesdays on the Negative to Positive show, where I share the same things that Nelson's doing. You know what, Nelson? I think we might think about pulling our resources. I'm just saying. If we're on the same lane, trying to do the same thing, we may just want to think about that. That's what popped in my spirit, you know.
Great mind think alike.
That and hats. Because the glare on our heads. But yeah, you can find me on the Negative to Positive show, first and third Wednesdays here at Status Network on Lyve TV. You can find me at most events. I'm trying to network and be at as many events. You can invite me out. You can book me to come and speak to your to your people, to your youth, to your dads. I'll go anywhere to talk about the family unity that needs to be taking place. That's my journey for the next 9 years, is to do it all in the next 9 years. In the next 9 years, I'll be 60.
Wow.
And then I'm done. I'm done working. And
In
when
the
I hit
next 9 years,
60,
I'd be 1,060.
woo! Yeah. Well, good thing I know CPR. So you can find me just about anywhere trying to do the best I can to turn this thing around. Paul Posey on Facebook. Start there.
January 13th, this Sunday. Am I correct with that date? What's the date? Yes, January 13th, this Sunday. From 4 to 7, we also have the media mixer here at Status Network 777 Cleveland Avenue here. Oh, there it goes right there. My producers, boy, they all on time. They
hit the clock.
They great.
Right.
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah. Yeah. If you know a dad like to be on International Fathers, or if you like to come on and talk about your father yourself, send me a 350-word essay along with a reason as to why you think or need your father, your dad, to be on this talk show.
Did you say 350-word essay?
Yes, sir. That's what I like to teach.
That's
you.
right.
Right. A bio.
Right.
And your contact information to NelsonLMoodySenior@gmail.com. That's NELSONLMOODYSR@gmail.com. If you're interested in sponsorship, you can also email me at that same email. Bios. If you know that you're going to be on the show, please, 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 that bio is very important to me. That way I can do all my homework about you, so I can feel like I just met you 20,000 years ago. Fathers, 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 call those children. And children, 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 call those fathers. You can help me out with this one right here. Just go like this. Fathers, 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 hug those children.
I thought you meant gangster. I'm sorry.
Hug them.
I thought that was a gangster move.
It's children,
I'm from
children,
Chicago
children.
area. You know, children, love.
Children, 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 hug those fathers.
Absolutely.
Until next time. How you doing, Katrina? International Fathers.